In 1928, in a small, cluttered laboratory at St. Mary's Hospital in London, a Petri dish sat forgotten. On its surface, something strange. A halo of emptiness, where bacteria refused to grow. It was, in truth, a moment the world almost overlooked. And yet, from that forgotten dish, the age of antibiotics was born. This is the story of Alexander Fleming, the man who discovered penicillin, and in doing so changed the destiny of medicine, and perhaps of life itself. Fleming was born in 1881 in the quiet countryside of Scotland. He was one of 8 children raised on a farm, surrounded by fields and silence. There was nothing about his childhood that screamed destiny. And maybe that's what makes it so powerful. That greatness sometimes begins in ordinary places. He moved to London, studied medicine, and became a bacteriologist, one of those quiet, methodical scientists who watched the invisible world through glass. He was not loud, not seeking fame, he was just curious, patient. Qualities that would one day meet chance and change everything. The story of penicillin begins almost by accident. In September 1928, Fleming returned from vacation to find that one of his bacterial cultures had been contaminated by a mold. Instead of discarding it, as most would have, he looked closer. He noticed something unusual. Around the mold, the bacteria had died. The mold was later identified as Penicillium notatum. The substance it produced, penicillin, was the beginning of a revolution. But at that moment, Fleming didn't know that his observation would save millions. He just wrote it down carefully, humble as always, and kept working. For years, penicillin remained a scientific curiosity. Fleming had discovered it, but couldn't purify it, couldn't stabilize it. He moved on. Quietly, it would take another decade before Howard, Florey, Ernst Chain, and their team at Oxford developed a way to mass produce it. When they did, during the Second World War, penicillin became the miracle drug. It saved soldiers from deadly infections that would once have meant certain death. And Fleming, the quiet Scotsman, became a legend almost overnight. There's something almost poetic about Fleming's story. He didn't seek the discovery, simply noticed. He paid attention to what others might have thrown away, and that perhaps is the essence of genius. How many miracles are born not from force, but from awareness? How often do we rush past the very thing that could change our world because we fail to look to truly see? Fleming once said. When I woke up just after dawn on September 28, 1928, I certainly didn't plan to revolutionize all medicine by discovering the world's first antibiotic, but I suppose that was exactly what I did. It's a sentence filled with humility and wonder. Science, in its truest form, is not just about control, but curiosity, about noticing beauty in decay, life in accidents, and order in the chaos of a Petri dish. Penicillin changed everything. Before it, infections that are now routine, a cut, pneumonia, childbirth were often fatal. After it, humanity stepped into a new age of medicine. Fleming received the Nobel Prize in 1945, but perhaps his greatest reward was knowing that his curiosity had saved countless lives. He remained modest to the end, warning the world about antibiotic resistance long before it became reality. Even in triumph, he saw the shadow, the delicate balance between discovery and responsibility. Alexander Fleming's story reminds us that sometimes the greatest breakthroughs are not born from intention, but from attention, from a mind that lingers when others move on, and from the quiet courage to ask, why? A forgotten Petri dish. a moment of curiosity, and a discovery that saved the world. If you enjoyed this video and want to discover more stories of science, art, and the human spirit, please subscribe. Your curiosity keeps this journey alive.